Do you have stories? We have stories.
We have stories.
We have stories, and I have a story. Okay. Welcome
All
to the
right.
BroJo show.
Coming on
Say
strong.
hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
How you doing?
Everybody.
Yeah. Saturday night. We're all.
Saturday night.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're live. Hi, everyone. We're so happy.
To the 0 viewers.
It's 0 something. It's
0 something.
yeah.
All right, I got a story.
Right.
Mutton dressed as man. Superstitious villagers living in fear after sheep gives birth to half-human, half-beast creatures that was sent by the devil.
Let me guess. This is in Africa.
Yeah, right. South Africa. It says it right there.
Go.
Residents of Lady Freer, South Africa, thought bestiality and witchcraft were involved.
Well,
Wow.
I know you just.
It's great.
Pictures are coming.
goats are evil anyway.
Well, when you see these pictures, there's fucking, man, it is fucking weird looking. Of course, yeah, the doctor here, Lubabalo Wemby.
He's a doctor.
Lubabalo.
Mookie.
I think that language is freaking awesome.
Mm.
You know why? Because they have this sound. They got the like. I would love to speak that. I wish I had that in my lexicon.
You want to speak?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
How about a whole language like that? Like,
I'll be a very musical and fantastic place.
Have your wife teach you, John.
Yeah.
The new tongue.
She got a little bit of that.
I'll go to the
Hey, you want
Pentecostal
me to
church. The person. Can you interpret this language for me?
This is how beatboxing got created. That was just a language. That's how people talk.
Bah. Okay. So apparently the sheep was infected by a virus.
Nice.
Ready? Ready? Here it comes. Look at that thing.
Oh, that's E.T.'s son.
A woman gave birth to this.
Damn, what the fuck is that? Is that evolution?
No, that's some voodoo shit.
Well, that's what they're thinking over there because witchcraft is big in Africa.
No, is that alive?
Live?
No, alive. Like it's
alive? I don't know.
No.
So they're thinking that over there. BroJo, would you think that would be like...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. A sheep gave birth to this. I thought a woman did.
No.
Oh, okay. Who gives a shit?
No, woman didn't.
Oh.
Weren't you listening? Dr. Lou Bababalo, remember he said the creature was not human. Oh, yeah. You see the video over here? Look at this fucking thing.
It looks like...
Look at this. Look at this creature.
People gotta stop, fucking sheep.
Look at that. That is fucking freaky.
Looks like Ross Perot.
W.C. Fields. It's
Shut up. Stop it.
Hey, what's going on? What are we doing today?
Look at that thing. Oh, okay.
Go away, kid. You're bothering me.
All right. Joe was wanting to say something.
No.
Okay. So, yeah, it's a weird fucking... Okay, here's some more pictures of it. Let's see.
No,
All right,
I don't want to see more pictures now.
But what's the justification it was sent by the devil? What proof is that?
I mean, just look at it.
Well,
Just because it looks funny, so right away it's witchcraft.
well, why not the angel? The angel couldn't have done it.
No, I've never seen an angel like that.
Yes.
Look at that.
That is fucking weird.
Definitely of the devil.
That's a devil. Look at that. That's a devil. Pretty crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did I give you guys nightmares now?
I don't know yet. I'll let you know tomorrow. Thank you very much.
No problem. All right. Do you want to hear about the? Oh, this is pretty funny. I can't even believe they put this headline in the New York Post. Hold on, let me pull it up. There we go. All right. Hold on, huh? You hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Oh.
Hello.
Hello?
What?
So
Hi.
quiet. All of a sudden, you got quiet.
Yeah, because I'm looking
For
at
you to
something on
talk
the
about your story.
I thought I lost my connection there.
Now you brought up your fucking picture. You go, I got stories, so we're all shutting up waiting for you. Jesus, fuck.
Damn.
Follow your own damn show, BroJo.
Oh, man, I'm taking another sip of a beer.
Oh, that's what it is.
Take 3, they're small.
Morons busted trying to steal cops' cocks. Come on, it's pretty funny. No? That was definitely clickbait. So apparently this cop had some cocks in his yard and someone tried to steal his cocks. Juan Jose Luca Vega. My God, how long is this name?
I mean, just be glad there's not a Jesus in there somewhere. Sounds like someone was trying to make a chicken run. Okay, that one flopped. Sorry.
And Juan DeSantos broke padlocks on a barn in Herkimer County, about 80 miles from Albany, and tried to spring 50 from the slammer, according to the state attorney general office. The Gamecocks were just some of the more than 200 that authorities rescued from the brutal operation Saturday, where sickos from all over the state came to watch cocks with razors on their legs, slicing and dicing each other.
Wow.
So this cop was doing cockfighting?
They arrested them. Yeah. No, well, I am a bit confused here because from the headline, right? They're trying to steal from the cops, but the cops arrested them after breaking into some barn where a bunch of gamecocks were. Cops also arrested 41 people, seized $68,000, several handguns, and 3 ounces of heroin.
Whoa. Is gamecocking illegal?
I don't know.
I don't think cockfighting is legal anywhere in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like a
I did not know that.
Well, you know, dogfights are illegal, right?
Oh, yes, I know dog fights. I didn't know cockfights.
Oh, you just figured we don't care about chickens.
No, we don't.
What the fuck up?
We don't. Look how much fucking chickens we eat.
Yeah, we eat fucking mad chickens.
Oh, that's
Certainly
why.
more than dogs. All right, let's.
I think we only allow human cockfighting
Certainly a lot of cock blocking goes on.
because people can sign waivers. Say, no, I really want to do this. You know what I mean?
It's illegal in all 50 states.
But in Puerto Rico, it's legal, right? Well, Puerto Rico's now a state, but not yet anyway.
Let's see, legal status in many places. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up a little wiki. Okay, for you.
Luckily, you
Wiki,
told me
wiki.
because
Do you trust wiki? Wiki, wiki, wiki.
I'm about to start a cockfighting thing.
All right, it's been banned outright in the United Kingdom since 19th century. However, in some states of the USA, it is not illegal to possess, raise, train, advertise, or trade cocks or accoutrements that could be used for cockfighting. However, actively participating in a cockfight in any manner is illegal.
Wait,
So you could be, say, a cocksman. You just can't actually
you
have
could
your.
train a cock to fight, but you can't have them fight.
Right. That was like you could sell the paraphernalia, but can't smoke the weed.
Oh my God, that is such a stupid rule.
It worked so well for so many years with marijuana.
Yeah, but the whole point about training a cock to fight is to fight.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
We're talking about cockfighting.
Yeah, Green. I think Mark has different usage of these terms.
I think that that's offensive.
Do gays do anything called a cockfight?
No, we don't.
Yeah, it's called a threesome.
Shut your mouth.
Oh.
Did you ever see Lemon Party? That looked like a cockfight to me.
That was disgusting.
You're welcome, Mark.
Well, in the Philippines, there's no ban of cockfighting, so you can go.
I'm seeing here is a special day. Cockfighting prohibited every Rizal day. So, cockfighting is allowed except for that one day. I wonder if anybody got arrested that day for cockfighting when you have all these other days and then that day you can't help yourself but you have to have a cockfight.
It's legal in the Canary Islands.
I would expect that.
In Andalusia.
No, Andalusia. God damn it.
Andalusia.
Yeah.
It's a crime in France. Illegal in Costa Rica. Louisiana was the last state to put a ban against cockfighting.
Oh, that must have been hard for them. So many cocks.
Cocks just everywhere.
Yeah, it was just full of cocks fighting and.
Oh, you're right. Look at this, Frank. Yeah, it's remains legal in Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands.
You know how many cocks fights I seen a lot of cockfights because I lived amongst a lot of Puerto Ricans.
So how they encourage their cock?
I don't even know if they even. I can't believe that people actually train their cocks. I have never seen anything like it, and they just put these two cocks in and they just start fighting.
But now, what's this?
You know, I don't.
Do they inject their cocks with any like kind of steroids to make their cocks
maybe
stronger?
now they do, maybe, because back then they just fed them. You know, the good shit, the good seeds. Maybe they kept them hungry. I don't know. But All it is some guy just putting down his cock and the other one putting down their cock and then just let it go and they're freaking cockfighting. I guess the sight of another cock, gets them violent. I don't think cocks get along with each other.
Cocks? Do these cocks have to be within a certain weight?
They're pretty much the same size. I've never seen like a big cock find a small cock. It just, they just got the same size.
I have to go.
Yeah, you do want to make it fair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look the damn same. I don't know how, like, you could tell if you're betting on one cock. And I wouldn't know if my cock was winning.
So wait, are you saying that the cocks are so similar that you wouldn't even know if your cock is ahead?
I don't know. I'm watching these cockfights. I'm so confused. It's like, holy shit. Am I going to win or am I going to lose some money? I don't know. I don't know how they tell. And these guys going freaking nuts. I scream, like, it's a sight, man. It's almost like the stock market.
So all the cocks are about the same size?
Yeah, they look the fucking same.
Even the head of the cock?
I would think they'll put like a tape, like a red tape or a blue tape.
Team colors.
Yeah, like team colors.
Put around the head of the cock.
But the thing is, when these cocks actually fight, it's so fast and chaotic that it is quick. Like, you got to have an eye for these cocks. I never, like, it's so, but man, it is big in Puerto Rico though.
Cocks are big in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they're like, that's like drinking water, man. That's how it is.
Puerto Rican men are just so fucking arrogant because they got big cocks.
Well, Puerto Rican men, their cocks are big and uncut.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, they don't. A lot of Latin American countries, Spanish, they don't circumcise.
You want to cut your cock. You're trying to win a fight.
I know. Terrible.
Oh. Now I'm gonna go watch a cockfight. Now I want to watch one. Cockfight.
Don't watch it. It's evil.
Pop it up.
His voice is sitting as a kid.
Screen share.
Cockfight. Oh, echo.
Don't watch it. It's evil.
Oh no, there's white cocks and black cocks, and there's red cocks and black cocks.
Screen share.
In the Philippines, actually, it's the $1 billion cockfighting industry. Like, the Philippines is freaking huge. They got leagues.
Business.
Yeah, they even got leagues.
They're supposed to be a pretty religious nation.
The Philippines?
Are most Philippines Catholic?
I guess. Man, they got bullfighting in Spain. I think it's horrible.
Oh, no. Don't let her in.
Who?
Let her win. Sugar? She's out there.
Sugar.
Hi, Sugar.
She's gonna social justice word the shit out of those cocks.
I want to know if there's cockfighting in South Korea.
There's horse fighting. That's
Horse fighting in South Korea?
Yeah.
Sent you invite, Sugar. Come on in just to bust fucking Mark's balls.
There you go. Do it, baby. Fuck his shit up. I like it when Mark whines.
I want to know if Sugar ever saw a good cockfight.
Although I should have guessed talking about cocks would bring her like flies to shit.
Hmm. It's like a magnet.
She says, "You panty munching little perverts."
Why? Why am I a pervert?
She's got a point.
What's so perverted about cockfights? Sugar. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, she's not coming in. She said no thanks.
No thanks. Okay.
She's gonna listen.
Awesome.
All right, I think I have another story.
All right, great.
Well, it's not along the lines of half sheep, half human, or cock stealing, but let me pull it up. Apparently, there's an asteroid supposed to come near pretty close to Earth. Well, it's miles away.
An asteroid, where is it going to plan to hit?
Let
New
me pull it up.
Jersey.
We already got hit by an asteroid. Can't you tell?
More clickbait. Whoops. Pull that out of there. There you go. Earth set for an asteroid encounter this week.
Where did you get this article?
Oh, the beautiful The Sun. I mean, very reliable news source.
Oh man, really? Fucking
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the clickbait.
The Sun. All right.
I just don't understand why BroJo doesn't bother reading any of these articles before he brings them before us.
Oh, he's getting them from the Sun. You don't have to read. Just look at the pretty pictures, and we'll be good.
We just look at the pretty. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, look at that rock. Wow. Amazing.
Look, they say NASA's keeping an eye on it, so there you go.
An eye. The eye. The all-seeing eye.
Who in here has a raspy grandpa voice?
A raspy.
I got something like this. And I've also got something like this. Anything close?
I have no idea, but Jamie Teacher out in the chat says, isn't the guy speaking the one who loves little boys? So then it says the one with the raspy grandpa voice.
Oh, he's definitely talking about you.
But one way or another, he's going to be blocked.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Welcome to Blocktown, bitch.
Why?
Damn.
Why?
Blooded.
You're going to say that somebody loves little boys?
Oh, wait a second.
Well, loves little boys, meaning that I love boys.
Oh, you know what the fuck he meant.
I know. There's no way of making a positive spin out of that statement. Love little boys.
Up there he goes. He's out of here.
Oh,
Oh, that was harsh.
hush. Bye, Jamie.
Straight kicking the balls.
Does that name sound familiar? Jamie Teacher.
Jamie.
Does anybody know Jamie Teacher?
As a matter of fact, I think I want to report him.
Yes,
Yeah.
do that.
Oh, God.
That's what I'm going to do. Not just.
Oh,
There you go. Escalate that shit. Take it to the higher authorities.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do right now.
An example must be made.
There you go.
Sugar, I sent you an invite already.
No, she's not coming in.
No, she just asked for a link.
Oh, she asked for a link. Oh, okay. I thought she didn't want to come in.
Yeah, right.
I guess changed their mind.
Change your mind.
Look at
Join the
Jamie
frog.
Teacher retracted the wrong message.
What does Jamie teach us?
What does he teach?
Yeah. Teach him what?
Who knows?
How to get
Okay.
blocked. Oh, shit.
Ooh.
It sucks I can't click on, the names in the live chat to see a profile.
You evil little bastards.
Hey. How you doing, Sugar?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm doing all
Ah,
right.
Christ.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. I've been listening to you. I never come in because I don't want to bother the princess. So I'm coming in today. You just relax. Tied in a knot. You got cock on the brain. That's your problem.
Personally, I like it when the princess gets bothered.
I know. Me too. That's
Speaking
why.
of bothering the princess, is that why you came in? Because we've been talking about cock for so long?
Are you kidding? I was in the bedroom and I wasn't even listening to anything. All of a sudden, something started pulling me by the hair down the hallway. I fell and I just my face is right up against the computer. I'm like, what? And I look over. It says Cox. I went, oh, thank you. You know.
You ever see a cockfight?
You ever seen a cock walk? I don't know. I mean, I've seen them do a lot of things, but never fight. At least they don't fight me, What am I kidding? I haven't seen a cock in so long. I don't even know what they look like anymore. That's nice. Okay, I'm only one left.
What are you, a vegetarian?
Vegetarian? No.
A vegetarian? Did you say vegetarian?
I'm a penis vegan. I'm a chaste woman. I don't deal in the devil's games. Not no more. I said I don't deal in the devil's games, boys. Did you hear me?
I'm meditating right now.
Oh, okay. You're levitating? That's
meditating.
Cool.
What are you meditating on?
I'm trying to.
You need to do your whirling dervish stuff and just easy under your skirt.
No, there's
what are you meditating on?
Unfortunately. What happened?
What are you meditating on?
No, you're not meditating on something. You're meditating.
Well, if you take some ecstasy, you're meditating on ecstasy. That'd be pretty cool. DMT, meditating on DMT, that would be really cool.
What are you thinking about when you're meditating?
Who's thinking?
You're thinking of something.
Well, if I'm thinking about something, I'm not meditating.
See?
I don't think you can not think of something.
You could observe.
You can observe.
It's just still your thoughts are going.
No, they're not your thoughts. They're thoughts.
He is of the devil. That is why he cannot control his thoughts. That's the problem. It is the flesh. It is evil.
They're your thoughts.
Are they?
Not necessarily.
Is that you? I mean, are you the thoughts?
I think in part. Yeah, my thoughts. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not in you. I'm not inside you, so I can't say. I will trust you.
Is someone else's thoughts invading my thoughts?
I got lots of things going on in my head, so I don't know what you got. I don't judge.
Those are demons, baby.
Demons. The devil kind.
Demons.
So God is dead, and we've killed him. We've known him since 1880, and Nietzsche is talk about prophet. This guy is just amazing.
What?
Who's amazing?
Who?
No, Nietzsche, Friedrich Nietzsche.
You read Thus Speaks Zarathustra?
Dostoevsky? I haven't got to him yet. I'd like to read Stolenist, whatever, next.
The Genealogy of Morals?
I'm getting on there. It's taken me a while, but I'm getting there.
My favorite is Ecce Homo.
Yeah. I figured it would be that one or the gay, whatever. The gay
science?
Yeah, the gay science. That's a little religious conspiracy theory right there. I see the way the the Catholics have had their fingers in all of this, and they're going to call it the gay science because they know, then they start calling homosexuals gay, and they equate it with science. See, now I know how we get to flat Earth. It's a hop, skip, and a jump, boys. A hop, skip, and a jump.
From gay science?
Yep. Sure is.
That's interesting.
It's actually really interesting, though. I mean, from a serious standpoint, I find it very interesting how many times throughout history we learn things and we deny them. It is phenomenal. Absolutely.
Left.
Did he really? I would have left. I don't ever want him to leave. He doesn't. Look, I know he hates me, but I never come in because I know he.
We just lost our possibility at a homo echo.
He hates everybody, though, so I'm not going to be offended. But he did leave, though, so I should be offended. What the fuck do I care? I'm a nobody. I don't care. You don't want to come in here? You don't want to be in here, Mark? Fine. More for me. It's all about you, mister. All about you. Till somebody puts their eyes out.
I like when it gets triggered. I can't help myself. It's hilarious to me.
I know. I listen to you guys quite a bit, so it's funny. You guys were playing Cards Against Humanity the other day, and I was.
I hate being put in this kind of position. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I mean,
I know.
I love you both, and I don't.
I'll leave.
Where's your
will.
GIF? No, he's not serious. Usually he puts up a GIF of someone eating popcorn.
I got it. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not bothered by it at all. Mark's a grown ass man, and he and I have had plenty of nice conversations.
Yeah,
I would assume that that's BroJo's favorite thing about Mark. You know, that he's such a drama queen.
Yeah, that's him. That's Mark. He hates everybody. Tell them.
Mark is Mark, and that's why we love him.
I love him. I love you, Mark. Come back, baby. Don't leave me.
Come back, Mark. Come on. Don't do this to me.
Making me gag. Oh, stop it.
Isn't that a song, Baby Come Back?
Yes. Baby, come back.
Yeah. Doo-doo-doo.
And people could see.
It's a good song. Do I have any more stories?
Well, I have a story.
You have a story?
I'm not prepared. Actually, I do have a story at some point, but I have to be prepared.
A funny story?
Oh, it's kind of interesting.
Breaking up there.
I'm breaking up?
Yeah. A bit, yeah. Unless it's just me.
I don't hear you breaking up, but
No, you were breaking up before, but now you sound clear.
I believe you. Yeah. I believe you. I'm sorry. I'll try not to move around so much. So do you gentlemen know what a Cassandra is?
A name of a girl?
Female cassette?
It is. A Cassandra is a female, yes. Do you know about a Cassandra in mythology?
No.
Greek mythology?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Ring a bell?
Nope.
Okay. She says she knows you.
She knows us?
I forget, you guys. I usually am not this silly around people. I do apologize. I will get my shit together. So a Cassandra, Cassandra was a mythological woman, obviously, in Greece, and she had the gift of, the gods gave her the gift of being able to see the future. She knew it was going to happen. But as a punishment, nobody would believe her. Even though she was right, it would happen, but nobody believed her. So modern day, fast forward to modern day, and there is a book that I think it's out now. The tag or the functioning line, you know, not the big title, but the other one is Finding the Cassandras and Preventing the Catastrophes. So there apparently are a few real life people in the world that can predict the future. And they do it in such, I mean, it's a very logical way. It has, you know, there are people that are known to the industry or to the situation, but they cannot be directly involved in it. It has to be like a first occurrence. There has to be data to support it. It has to have these wild, outlandish claims that most people, you know, will just go, no, not really, and stuff. And so there's 3 areas of our world that they are currently working on that they're very concerned about. And 3 of the top people that are concerned about these things are Elon Musk, who I think is a complete jerk, and Bill Gates and Stephen Hawking. So can you guess what those 3 areas would be that they would be concerned that something wildly outlandish was going to happen, and that there are people that are predicting them to actually happen, that have been, you know, that meet the criteria for situations that have actually come to fruition?
Antarctica?
What about Antarctica?
Is that one of the places?
No. But what about Antarctica?
You said 3 different
You
places.
said, can you guess? He was making a guess.
Was making a
I'm
guess?
sorry. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not making sense.
Really?
3 areas of industry, I should say.
Ah,
My apologies.
okay.
Apologies. I always say when I'm sorry if I made a mistake.
The 3 areas of industry that they're concerned that there's going to be a catastrophe.
Something could go wrong. Horribly wrong.
CERN, it's got to be CERN.
Nope, not CERN.
Definitely CERN.
Not CERN.
Got to be CERN.
No CERN, not CERN.
I'll be concerned with somebody fucking hacking the internet, hacking systems.
Hacking the internet.
Okay, so that's sort of part of one. Yeah,
Hacking
part of one.
CERN.
But specifically concerning that.
We rely so much on the internet now. Fuck.
But yeah, and even more than you know.
Uh-huh.
So one of the areas,
About anxiety people take about fucking, like, say, young kids. Can you imagine, like, all of a sudden there's no internet? The fucking anxiety that would go through the roof.
Yeah, they don't know anything else.
I would admit I would have to do some anxiety. But, you know, anybody who's in, like, business.
Oh, I'd freak out if I didn't have that. But here's the thing: so that you're close, right? So it's one of the areas is artificial intelligence, right? And of course, that's a common one. We all know that artificial intelligence they're a little worried about that, and they're specifically worried about like compute. You know, because the one guy goes, well, it's not really a big deal. I mean, if the computer gets out of hand, you unplug it. And he goes, clearly, I did not understand the nature of the problem, because it's about computer programs that get so smart that they write other computer programs. Well, that's already happening. They already have computer programs writing other computer programs. Google has them.
And overriding any command from a human.
Right. And they worry about that. The first area that they are concerned about is the CRISPR-Cas9. Are you familiar with the CRISPR-Cas9?
Nope.
CRISPR-Cas9 is the gene editing machine that they are working on. It's just been invented. They're starting to use it, and it allows them to edit genes. Just as you would edit a page, you edit genes. You can take out certain genes in the strain, and you can add in certain genes in the strain. Now, the woman that invented it is slated to get a Nobel Peace Prize for it. And if you can imagine, it would put an end, or it will put an end to any kind of genetic anomalies, all kinds of things that will be completely eradicated. See any problem with that?
Well, that kind of relates to the first story that we were looking at today. Did you hear that story?
Cox. I told you my head just said just got pulled in with the Cox.
No, they found a sheep that was infected with a virus.
Oh, I did see that. That was disgusting.
It looks half human and half
That's from Fallout, though. I mean, where was that?
Africa.
Yeah, that's from. That's either just a random mutation, which happens anyways, because a random mutation will happen. I mean, that's common, or it's
Maybe it's an experiment that went bad.
environmental, probably. Well, Russia, you should see what's going on in Russia and all their streams and stuff, all the runoff from Chernobyl. I mean, it's clearing up a little faster than they expected it to, but still, the impact is crazy. I mean, look at the. Did you hear about the pollution that we get here in California? Comes straight from Beijing, and Beijing's got that horrible air.
How about any news of radiation levels rising in California from Fukushima?
I don't know. I'm sure it has, but so the CRISPR thing, nothing. You don't see any potential problem with that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Thought well they could make some kind of like chemical weapon, like biological warfare, which we already have, but they could make them even bigger and badder that nobody has an antidote to. That's kids' work. They could do that in their sleep. Then of course there's like super soldiers, right? I mean, real life super soldiers, people that can see in the dark, and I mean that's really that'll be a real thing.
Holly's clan, huh?
Yeah, no, not well. Holly's clan in reality. I mean, they could make them like be able to run forever, or be super strong. They could be like a hybrid person. They would increase their muscles and their physical structure. But then also they worry about higher intelligence. They can make people super smart. So they might not just be physically dominant, but they'll be psychologically dominant. And then they talk about a class system where literally people are bred, and certainly they are grooming us for that right now. Because if this country doesn't see how compelled speech is absolutely taking their speech, their rights away, I mean, I don't understand how people are letting that happen. So it's
gonna be the AI versus the superhumans.
Yeah.
Sounds like a sci-fi movie.
Right. That's a strange thing, though, because now it's starting. Art imitates life, and now it's life imitating art, and that's kind of scary. I mean, there are already things signed into legislation that compel our speech, that we have to speak a certain way. That is completely counterintuitive to what our Constitution says. I mean, that's like a huge problem. I watched the Women's March.
Where's this bill?
In New York. Do you see on CNN where they had the study that they published, the study about saying that breastfeeding is not natural, that they're not allowed to say that anymore because it offends women and it holds them, makes them feel too responsible to the feeding of the child. She says you can naturally give the baby a bottle and formula, and the father can naturally do it. And like, what? CNN. So CNN or Fox News, I can't remember, is one of them. Ridiculousness.
I have to see if I can try and find some.
It is. They're on YouTube for sure.
Hey, Jello man, could you change your icon?
My gag reflex is going on.
Yeah, I'll find something.
Yeah.
It's. I think it's pretty amazing that. That there's a lot going on, A lot. Very few people are able to undermine what's going on. We're making big concessions for a very, very small portion of the country that doesn't actually need it. Nobody is. I mean, yeah, they're just not paying attention to it. I finally, some of the male bashing is starting to change a little bit.
Hey, Frank, is that better?
Oh, a lot better.
Thank you.
I'm not seeing the report on CNN, but it's coming up like on Zero Hedge.
No, it's like Fox. Let me find it. Fox or either Fox or CNN. It could have been Tucker Carlson. So I guess that, what is that? CNN or Fox?
I don't watch those things.
I came across it organically. Yeah. I wasn't like because I don't have regular TV. I only have YouTube, so I don't watch the news or that crap.
Anything that they say, I just look away. Like
I know. We look away, but people watch that, and we shouldn't look away.
There's a lot of people that watch some crazy stuff.
I know.
Like cockfighting.
Yeah, like cockfighting. We really shouldn't look away. Apathy is going to kill us. I mean, all of us, even those who want.
I disagree. I think the more people don't pay attention to stuff like that and just focus on real issues.
But they're not. That's the thing.
Well,
they're not paying attention to that.
I have people around here that are not doing, like, they're not, doing that. They're actually taking actions in their own community. And
I know. I'm not saying that, but I mean, when we have compelled speech, when we have laws and legislation going in that says we have to speak a certain way, you'll have to know all 72 pronouns. These people don't represent transgender community. These are people that are dissatisfied with their life. I've got transgender in my family. This is not that, and throughout history, when people want to change from one to the next, they say, I'd like to be the other one, please. And so we give them the other one, they go, thank you, and they switch to the other one. I mean, are you telling me 5 million years, this little set of, it's less than what is normal, right? I mean, the transgender community, it's less. And the transgender community is writing letters saying, I don't know who these people are, but they don't represent me. I have my new identity and I'm fine with it. This is undermining. It's just like rape culture. It absolutely undermines people who are getting raped, not people who get drunk and make bad decisions for themselves and then decide they're going to virtue signal or whatever they do.
If I may interrupt. All right, here's the bill from New York State Assembly. This is a summary talking about. Requires search engines, indexers, publishers, and any other persons or entities which make available on or through the internet or other widely used computer-based network, program, or service information about an individual to remove such information upon the request of the individual within 30 days of such request.
It is absolutely imperative, though, that we not have anything that sends us down the slope of compelled speech. That is not their job.
I don't see how this is compelled speech.
Well, I don't know that this is actually the bill.
Well,
the legislation.
Okay, because I'm going back to the story. Well, this is InfoWars, but this is the story is saying, right?
I mean, when Canada has 10 of their best journalists. They're not the hack journalists. 10 of their best journalists that are saying we cannot speak up, and they're being told also by their publishers not to speak up. That's ridiculous.
Speak up about what? What they?
About anything. People are not able to speak up in their jobs anymore. They're saying I shouldn't say anything. I say something
about what?
About anything, transgender, any opinion that they have that somebody is going to get triggered, and then they have to go to this, what do they call it, like cultural sensitivity.
Really?
Yeah, yes, and they say if you do that, I
say racist shit all the time at work. I haven't got called yet.
Sure, of course, it's not going to be 100%.
Oh.
This stuff happens. It sneaks in. That's how you wonder how these things happen. You go, well, how the hell does that happen? It's
about stuff like that. Yeah, I hear this stuff in the media, but I never where I'm at. I never worry about those things.
I'd like to point out that Frank looks a lot browner than he actually is.
Oh,
yes, I'm very brown.
So, there's certain areas where he can get away with saying racist shit, even in a corporate environment where I would never get away with it.
And
but I have people, light as the light bulb in my ceiling. They say racist stuff. Actually, they say the most racist stuff, and
we're all going to say racist stuff from now on again.
I get it.
I don't care. I mean, as long as you don't actually oppress anybody, as long as that just stays in your head, and you when you go out and mix with the public, you treat them the same way everybody else. I don't care what you think.
I'm very practical. This is practical stuff. I don't
You
know.
can't. I mean,
But I think as, let's say, for example, like a representative of a community, there's certain things is best not to say things like that, especially let's say you're in law enforcement, because it's just a different atmosphere. But just people from the street, they talk, but it is what it is. But it's never something where like, oh my God, I gotta report this person.
No. Well, see, that's the thing. Do you know the last time people went around reporting their neighbors? I mean, it was during Russia and then before that in Germany. I mean,
1984.
when people start turning each other in to make sure that they look clean, that is a bad signal. And we've seen this time and time again. I mean, you go back to, I mean, for God's sakes, Stalin and Mao make Hitler look like he's sleeping during his time there. Compare, if you put all the numbers together, and the same thing happened. It's this postmodernistic bullshit. It's the, what do you call it? Jack and all of his friends. They're Marxists. Just like I called it when they came here, I'm all, those guys. I still actually have a video that I was in where they were trying to talk me into Marxism, and I have this whole kumbaya type of attitude, and they're going, oh, that's never going to work. I said at the end, it's not gonna work until we have a dictator, right? He goes, well, sort of. I still have that. They're diabolical from the very beginning. So just an interesting, very interesting thing. Been watching a lot of city council meetings, like from all over the country. And saddest thing I saw in the city council meeting, this young girl.
I'm sorry, Sugar. You piqued my interest because I was looking over this bill again. And I don't know, I'm not finding no story from CNN about any bill repressing freedom of speech.
So CNN was
what
the
I'm
breastfeeding.
finding, what is referred to in what the headlines from what you're telling me, I go look at the bill. The bill has to do with if someone puts any kind of inaccurate information on the internet, you can request that be removed if it's not found to be accurate.
That's it. CNN was the breastfeeding thing.
A good thing because I've had one person I know actually recently. He had a little dispute. It was a business dispute, right? They go and write, and post on Facebook stuff that was, inaccurate.
Yeah, I think it's wrong too.
Ruining his, character, his business. So if something,
why is that slander or libel? Wouldn't that be? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I just play one on TV.
Yeah. But I mean, this law looks like, say, my friend could just say, "Listen, Facebook, this is inaccurate information." All right.
No, I don't think that's it. And the CNN thing I was talking about was the breastfeeding thing. It's either Fox or CNN. That was a breastfeeding thing. I didn't say it was a news agency. I was listening to a lecture, and the lecturer talked about the New York thing. So I'll get as much information as I can for you. But the other thing was the breastfeeding, the news thing.
I made it sound like it was CNN was reporting some kind of bill that was being passed to suppress free speech.
No. You know how? Yeah, there is legislature that's been passed or being passed that is. It is the nature of it is compelled speech. So it requires us to speak a certain way. That I know. That was one thing. The other thing.
Link. I want a link.
I can't get you a link because it was a lecture. I have to go look and listen to the lecture again to hear exactly what he has to say.
Okay, but people can say whatever they want.
How about if you Google search compelled speech U.S. or compelled speech legislation U.S. I mean, you look at everything that's going on with Berkeley, and Berkeley's out of their mind. I was watching. I've been watching all the colleges as well, and watching their the conversations they're having about keeping people off campus and not allowing people to speak, which is just so amazing. That I mean, and you hear what these kids are saying, and they say it like, I mean, they really believe it, that it's the right thing to do is to keep people quiet, and they tell them you have to shut them up. It's like, wait a minute, you want to know where the assholes are, you want them to speak, because then otherwise they're hiding monsters. I remember when the skinheads wanted to march in the 70s or something like that, and I remember adults saying at the time, let them march, I want to see who the bigots are. And these were other white people. And
apparently Canada passed a law criminalizing the use of incorrect gender pronouns.
Yeah.
16.
Oh yeah, that's what this
oh my God, I can't wait till somebody properly abuses that and takes someone to court for referring to themselves by the incorrect term.
Yeah, you didn't call me Z or Zim or...
No, like, excuse me, you have a penis and you're calling yourself a chick? That don't fly anymore.
But that's not what's going on. The laws are...
But if they're using their incorrect pronoun...
But they're just saying these are the correct pronouns now, and you are required to say them. That's what that Canadian thing is. That's
exactly what I just said, is it not?
Yeah, but I mean, what do you mean you just wait for it? I mean, people are like...
I think it's really exciting when someone uses that law, if that gets made into a law and someone uses it the opposite way that it's intended, because sounds like it could.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but unfortunately what it sounds like is that people are starting to back down. That's why I was saying journalists are saying they're told not to say anything. People are saying, I can't speak up at work. I can't, I don't want to say anything to anybody. So it's starting to scare people. It's starting to do exactly what it's meant to do. Keep the sheep in line. People go, well, how does that happen? How do Marxists take over like this? 1 inch at a time.
Marxists?
It all
starts. According to this article, there is legislation in New York City already.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, $250,000 they can get fined up to for the crime of misgendering.
Yeah.
Refusal to use an individual's preferred name, pronoun, or title because they do not conform to gender stereotypes.
This is from the Independent Journal Review.
Yeah, is this any good?
Well, okay, so Canada talked about it, right? So Canada talks about it. So we know that Bill C-16 passed. That's real. It's been all over the news with all the few professors getting in trouble because they said, I'm not doing that. This is ridiculous. You're undermining all of education. And they're citing all of the issues where this is incorrect. This is compelled speech. It goes directly against what...
the Independent Journal Review is a right wing.
Okay, but I didn't get it. This is not me. I didn't get this. I heard I heard it from the mouth of the lecturers in a room full of people. I mean, there was hundreds of people listening to the lecture. This guy right here. That guy.
Let me see.
Do you know?
Yeah, so I know Peterson. I know.
Okay, so but I don't know I don't know this newspaper, so I don't know. Do you know that you can just go on Google and look up fake news generators? You can start your own newspaper right now. It'll just spit them out for you.
Yes, that's why we have things like sources.
No, I was using, what do you call it, Real or Satire, like 3 years ago. That's why I stopped reading all this stuff, and that's why I stopped watching the news. Because it's just horrible. One of my girlfriends, she sent me an email that she got, and it was I don't know, it was propaganda clearly, but it was when Barack Obama was still president, and she got a thing from Mitt Romney's wife, right? It was an email from Mitt Romney's wife. I said, honey, do you know Mrs. Romney? She goes, no. I said, so it didn't like set off your alarms when you saw that you'd gotten a personal email from her? So this thing says, because she goes, well, look what it says. It said that Michelle Obama had moved the picture of Abraham Lincoln so she could put up a picture of her dog. I said, okay. She goes, isn't that horrible? I said, why would it be horrible? Every president who's ever gone into the White House has every right to move everything around. That story is written to make it sound like this uppity woman, she took the picture of the man who freed the slaves and put up a picture of dogs instead. The rest of the story could have actually been, and she put it in this big grand room and surrounded it by gold, and they wouldn't tell you that part of it. I said, you've just been made an accidental racist because you're passing this stuff on without verifying it, without even questioning it. I found one article was defaming Middle Eastern people, and I found the picture and the article with just a few words changed 3 different times, like consecutive months. It was about halal foods and stuff, and they would slant it, and it was really interesting. And Facebook was supposed to take care of this like years ago.
I did research papers, and I read a lot of research papers, and there's just ways to look if the story is valid or not.
I know.
So
I spotted them without using those things. I said, this isn't right. There's something wrong with this story. You could see
more here.
You could see the way it was written that it wasn't right, and that's what triggered me at first. And I started telling everybody, this news is not right. This isn't even a real story. And they went, yes, it is. I said, no, it's not. And that's when I checked it all on the fact checkers. And but I'm with you. I mean, I could see it a mile away. I just don't understand how other people fall for it. And I think it's a little weird. I mean, I always want to know where the story come from, who did the study. You just because somebody says something doesn't make it real.
Right.
The way they. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just think a lot of people are just too reactive.
You think so? Yeah. I was sitting back doing nothing for the last couple of years, just not reacting. And then I just started reading, and then I saw some lectures, and I started seeing all this. And I went, okay, and I just let it go. Like the Women's March, I didn't really watch what happened in January. Like I couldn't even deal with that because it's just stupid. I've not gotten involved in the whole red pill, blue pill. I don't even get involved with feminism at all, right? I know better. Like I don't deal with the racism stuff. I know better. I don't run in those circles. But I think that may be a mistake for us to not participate, because had more people stood up and said, that's bullshit, bye-bye, and turned and walked away, I don't think it would be as far. But I think the apathy that we often show, I think it undermines us. And when you look at politicians that originally did not want the immigrant vote and now are just bringing all kinds of people in, which I'm not judging that at all. I am not saying whether it's right or wrong, but then all of the immigrants that are quite grateful to be here and are more than willing to go out and vote while we don't vote. I think that's kind of interesting. I mean, President Trump has 23,000 employees. He has hotels, resorts. Who works in all of those restaurants and cleans all those hotel rooms? Hispanics. Those people vote. Families vote. Anybody that comes in is grateful. They get their citizenship. They vote. They're grateful to have that. It's the right to vote, not the option to vote. Right? This is not your First Amendment option. I don't know. Let's talk about Cox again. It was so much better.
I thought we were talking about Cox.
Yeah, I think we are. Maybe we should switch to vaginas. What do you think?
I'm down.
All right, let's go.
Down vagina.
I'm going. I wish my camera is such a. I think I have to take my computer in because I think my graphic card is bugged. I think.
He named the worst state to make a living.
Say again.
I'm just clicking on clickbait.
Oh.
Hawaii named worst state to make a living.
Oh yeah, it's expensive to live there.
California, number 2.
California signed something with France after the rest of the U.S. said no. California just went and did it anyways. Some French, I think it's an environmental thing. I don't know much about it, so I thought that was interesting. Someone said, "Oh, are you guys going to be your own country now?" And I went, "I don't even know what you're talking about." But I saw Jerry Brown yelling about something.
Now, making a living, does that include quality of life?
What's quality of life?
That's the thing. Like,
Pitch a tent on the beach and just.
I know. Like, do you really have to work in Hawaii? I don't know. Like,
In California?
no, in Hawaii.
Depends what you want.
Well, yeah, milk's like $5 for the gallon or quart. It's ridiculously expensive. Most people, live in apartments with people. It's righteously expensive. And I mean, anything that doesn't come off the island, you can get mangoes and pineapples.
The thing is, about Hawaii, it's not just Honolulu. There's other islands. Is it all the islands?
All of them, yeah.
All of them. Wow.
Yeah, my parents spent a lot of time there. Yeah, it's super expensive, but it's nice, And you're right. You can, if you're a minimalist and you're simple and you've got a fairly decent job, you can live. And you're right. You're in paradise, really. I mean, how bad could it be? But just anybody can't move there. I mean, you can try, but even our half Hawaiian paramedics, when they'd want to transfer out over there, they were last on the list. They give their jobs to island people first, whenever possible, of course. Even the property that
state Washington was named the best state to make a living.
Yeah, Washington State is freaking cool.
Yes.
Illinois, which I thought Illinois was like fucking broke, busted, close to bankruptcy.
Huh.
Hey, I found out where the Simpsons live in Springfield. I know what state it is.
It's Missouri, right?
Nope.
Illinois? No. Springfield? Oh, no. I think I used to know. I don't remember.
It's Springfield, Oregon.
No, really?
Yes. The creator is from Oregon. He lived 50 miles away from Springfield.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's Springfield, Oregon.
Oh, I thought it was Missouri or something.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was like one of those, Midwestern states. No, it's actually in Oregon.
Sugar Jamie teacher talking shit about you in the outside chat.
Yeah, well, tell him to go tell God about it.
Jimmy's
because I spent my day taking care of the starving children. It was my volunteer day, so you might want to go tell God to come on down and take care of all this.
Mm-hmm. He says Sugar has cast down Jesus, and then she herself has become a moral teacher of humanity.
That's right, because that's who is God, is humanity. It's all a metaphor, Jamie. It has been passed down, oral tradition, from generation to generation. They had to write it down, and guess what? Some human decided to be dishonest. Go figure. Funny, the 7 deadly sins, what they really are 7 deadly distractions, because what's not there? Deceit. Deceit is not in there.
Well, wouldn't that come up? A lying tongue?
Huh?
Isn't a lying tongue one of the deadly sins?
No, no. Anger. It's pride, sloth, lust, wrath, envy, and I gotta look again.
Gluttony, lust,
Gluttony. That's the other one. Yeah.
greed,
Gluttony.
pride, sorrow, wrath.
And these aren't sins. These aren't sins. These are the struggles of man. This is the. I mean, the devil and the God is a metaphor for us. It's what we battle every day. I mean, it's just the battle of being human. But they've turned it into something that, I mean, men will continue to fight their lustful side as if it's something wrong. It's what keeps the species going. And when you stop telling people who to sleep with, they don't start doing all this freaky stuff. Jimmy Swaggart. But here's the problem. The atheists are a problem too, because as it turns out, we all need something to believe in. But until we can move ourselves and believe in ourselves that doing right by ourselves and making ourselves responsible and to do something, make something out of our lives, and then to help somebody else do the same thing, not enable them, but help them, until we figure this out, we're going to be shuffling our feet. Just like I said, all life is sacred. It's us. We are the sacredness. But see, nobody wants you to feel that way. Your dirty, filthy rags in front of your father. Of course not. If you have self-confidence and you stand on your own 2 feet, then you might say no when we ask you for your money. You might say no when we tell you to do things our way. I mean, they said back in the 1880s when Nietzsche said that God was dead, he feared this would happen. He feared, and he talked about it. He goes, eventually only, and I'm not, you know what, you can read it for yourself because I won't even speak those words because I don't happen to believe it. But I mean, they spoke of these things hundreds of years ago and even before them. Once they realized that man could no longer, and it's the Catholic Church that they believe actually is responsible for the undoing of Christianity, because they did this Catholicism and they had to talk to the people and have them wrap their mind around this whole thing, and they say that's what led the European mind to be able to understand the nature, the natural world. And when they started understanding the natural world, they started questioning all the inconsistencies, all the same inconsistencies that we all have today. And when they finally said sorry, which is why Europe doesn't freak out and doesn't have, other than Jason, what's his name, very few fundamental Christians like we have. And I'm not suggesting that we be anything, that we be immoral, because that's just an insult that Christians swing at us, that we somehow have no morals because we don't believe in a God. So you can't allow people to hallucinate and then take them to the psychiatric facility because they're hallucinating, but then you let whole groups of people put churches up and they speak in tongues and they hear God speak to them, and that's okay. It doesn't work that way. No parent sits and watches their children suffer except those who are mentally unstable. If God is sitting up there watching us suffer, then he's mentally unstable and therefore unfit to rule humanity. That's logical. But when they tell you, when it's generational, when you're a small child and you believe everything that your parents tell you, as you should, as you're wired to do, why wouldn't you believe? Nobody wants to believe that their parents are stupid or their parents are lying or their parents are deceitful. Nobody wants to believe that. These kids stuck in the Bible Belt, where are they going to go? They have to play the game. I mean, the girl from Westboro Baptist Church, she hasn't seen her family since she left. Her and her sister left. That's not the way humanity's supposed to take care of each other. parables, Genesis alone. I mean, the flood. Poor Neff. Neff has given his whole life to this flood thing when it's very, very simple, right? If you do not take care of your house, your structure, your life, right? If you don't have a foundation, right, and strong walls, food in your cupboards, money in the bank, make sure that everything's tucked away. Eventually, a storm will come that you will not be able to weather, and it will wash it away. Holland is a good example. They live below the sea level. Their walls are so strong that they know they can weather a storm, and maybe one every 10,000 years, they estimate, will be able to break down their walls. But not Louisiana. Louisiana, whose state was completely corrupt. They absolutely were warned so many times that the levees and the dikes were absolutely not adequate. And what happened? Tragedy. And let me tell you something. I sat there and saw it. Right? I pulled those bodies out. So humans are not taking care of what they're supposed to take care of. We are supposed to take care of each other. We're supposed to be proud. We need responsibility. We need to have a purpose. I'm triggered, Tommy. I'm triggered, St. Tommy.
That's
Help
okay.
me.
It's okay.
But
I am too.
Yeah,
You are
because
You're a sweet woman. I'm here under as an official in official capacity as ambassador of the Lord Jesus Christ, and I'm here for you, sugar.
thank you. Jesus Christ is an archetype. Jesus Christ is the archetype of our suffering. You will suffer, and until you accept that suffering and you allow yourself to be crucified, and you can go through it, and that's it. Then there's rebirth for you afterwards. Once you are past that, we have to accept that life is suffering. It's hard, and in between it, there are moments of joy that help us temper that. You can't feel intense happiness if you've never felt horrible pain. And we know that this happens over and over again, right? Nobody's escaped a life of some kind of suffering.
Sounds good. I have a message for you, sugar.
Yes, sir.
He is not offended.
Oh, I know he's not.
Good. And then a general message: our sin is forgiven, so I don't have to continue to rattle on.
But there is no sin. There's no sin, honey. That is just the struggle of man. This oral tradition was written for people that were very simple and didn't have the same reasoning skills. And when they started to lose the oral tradition, you know the story, they had to start writing it down.
That sounds reasonable, plausible, logical, all of that. I don't
I'm not.
know.
Well,
All
but
I believe is that I am here right now on the cusp of time to deliver to you a message that he is not offended. Oh, and by the way, he does observe every tear.
Tommy is delivering the message to you, but
about me.
Wait, Sugar. The message Tommy is delivering is to you, but for Tommy. Tommy is not contesting that. Tommy is totally doing this for him. That's
amen to that.
That's the way Tommy goes. Oh, my delusions are being challenged. I gotta go in there and.
It's not about
on behalf of my imaginary.
I can't hide from your discerning eyes, yellow shots. Of course, you're for me.
It's not about telling him what he can do. This is his mind. He gets to believe and see his God any way he wants, right?
I can't help him. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm not mad at you for it. I don't expect you to.
Well, no, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to see it however he wants. It's how everybody does it.
That's how everybody does. Yeah.
No other way you can do it.
Let us not forget, unless you gotta, that God might exist. Let us not forget that he might be listening, and he might understand that you are offended by how he's running reality, by how he sees all the suffering, all the hellish death.
Yes,
yeah,
but
he might.
Okay.
And he might like you very much.
Okay.
I'm
not. I don't. You know what? If he does exist, I don't like him. I got one asbestos suit here, and I got another one on the way. I'll hold out for as long as I can.
Perhaps he would expect nothing else, nothing less from a good woman.
I'm not a good woman. I'm just as evil. I'm just as evil as everybody else. Until we acknowledge our side, until you acknowledge that side, you know, we just control.
So you declare, you certify yourself to be evil, do you?
I do certify myself to be just as I have the potential for evil.
According to your word.
I don't know that it's evil. I just have
I will not contest it according to your word. However, that's not what I discern. Now, I'm not here to rate you or to call you. Your call is your own. To make, to see, to seize. But I will share with you candidly, I am not convinced that you are evil or that you are as evil as everybody else. I ain't buying it. I ain't seen it. I've seen you around.
It's the equality of man, though, right? Equality is essentially just opportunity anyways.
And which begs the question, are you seeing me as evil?
I see every human has the potential to give in to the natural urges that they may have.
Oh, natural urges are evil? Is this what you've been told?
Well, I don't know that they're evil. I mean, they're called many things, right? They could be negative, they could be carnal, they could be bad. It's whatever it is, but it is that side that is more selfish, it's more aggressive.
Given the right circumstances, anybody's capable of doing anything.
Yeah, the people in Germany, you know, they didn't all think they were doing bad stuff. Hitler didn't walk in one day and say, "Okay, everybody, we're going to gas the Jews. Who's in?" It was a little at a time, and the way that the society was wore down. I mean, he had trustees that were Jews that were bringing other Jews into the oven. I mean, they knew what they were doing, and they went along with it.
Well, let me ask a personal question.
Same in Russia. Go ahead.
Personal question.
Yes, sir.
Do you currently hold belief in love?
Yes, love exists. It's what we want. It's what we search for. It's a balancing urge. Everybody wants love.
Do you hold belief in what is truthful and good and reasonable and logical? And
it's truthful language that produces a world that is in a manner of good, or, you know, like truthful speech makes good things happen when you speak your truth. It's really all you can do. You show up, you speak your truth, you let the chips fall where they may, and go from there.
Well, that sounds really good.
I don't know. I don't know. It's
to hold belief in good and in love and in what's reasonable and cool and healthy and rational.
Yeah.
All those things sound really good.
It is rational to believe that what we've seen throughout history and what continues to happen in present day will continue to happen until we make a conscious change to get ourselves out of the mindset that somehow we don't have the ability to rise above ourselves.
I've already done that. So count me out of that.
Hey, I'm not. I'm certainly not telling you how to live or anybody else. I'm throwing a plan out there saying, because, you know, this is the same thing I've been saying. I mean, when I said all life is sacred 2 years ago, I hadn't read any of this stuff. I mean, I didn't know any of this, but yet the more I continue to learn, because I started thinking, gosh, people are not giving this up. And I'm looking at the atheists as well. I'm looking at the atheists just calling the Christians stupid, trying to convince them of stuff that clearly the Christians don't want to believe in, right? They don't want to believe in anything that's going to chip away at their faith, right? Because
at their rationale or something.
Well, no, I'm not passing judgment. It's how it manifests itself for anybody, right? But I've seen both sides, like beating their heads against the wall. Nobody's getting anywhere. It's the same questions over and over again. And I'm thinking, I think people just need something to believe in. We just need something to believe in. And that's the whole purpose of, like, they're all parable. That's the purpose of of God. He's supposed to, the mindset of God, or the thought of God, the archetype of God, is supposed to give you something to focus outside of. Like two people that are in a marriage, they are two individuals, but the marriage itself is this thing that they focus on, that they will have reverence for. It's a way of making sense. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, I could be just as wrong as anybody else. It just seems to fit quite well with, why wouldn't God tell us from the very beginning how great we are?
You can get an army to fight for an eternal cause. Have them convinced that the fight they're fighting is for God.
Do you know how many Christians?
Reward is in heaven.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, why doesn't God fight this battle? Why doesn't God fight this battle with Allah or with whoever? Why do we have to? I mean, who sends their children out to do their bidding? And why do we need to be convinced to love this God? And why aren't we kick-ass people? Because we're made in the image of God. None of it makes sense. But what makes sense is that this is a metaphor for us to deal with the natural struggles of the world, the natural struggles within us. It's a way to get us to conceptualize it, to have it make sense.
Is it fair to say, like,
I noticed
love God is to love yourself?
I noticed this, that some seem to believe in love more maturely, in an upbeat way, than those who believe in God. To say you believe in something, oh, I endorse this concept of deity.
No, it's got to have legs. No. You just can't believe in anything. To believe in something that makes you better than what you were, that makes the people around you better, that makes us, that continues to give and fulfill. It has to be, but it has to be a load of your choosing, because people will bear a load of responsibility that they choose for a long time. But when they're forced to carry certain burdens, it takes its toll.
You go, girl, man. Sis, go.
It isn't. You know what? I haven't discussed this with anybody. This is like the first time I've talked to other human beings about it, and I could be wrong. I mean, at what point is it a bad thing for me to say, yeah, I'm going to make me the best I can be every day, so then I can help somebody else out. So when somebody is in need, I'm unfettered by all my bullshit, and I can help them, right? And then they can learn to care for themselves and make themselves stronger, and then they can help somebody else. I mean, this seems like a real logical thing to do.
Sounds good.
Like, I'd like people to keep it in their pants. I mean, they may think because I look a certain way, but I truly am a celibate woman. I don't mess around. I'm not going to Asia. I don't even talk to anybody in Asia. So, I mean, I don't have friends there. I'm literally just learning and trying to make me the best I can be, because, like, I'm just happy I'm alive today, because I'm not feeling like I want to be alive anymore. And that's not a good place to be.
Ouch.
And after being dragged down the hall, beaten and rejected by my own parent, having to witness the atrocities, having to clean up God's mess all this life, and then have my mother die with no validation, and you're going to tell me that you're not going to come down and help me? You wouldn't help me when I was 6? Guess what? I knew it's because you're never there, right? I never asked for you then, and it wasn't until I got here at 50 years old that it even became a thought. Because I didn't think about it, and I got through what I got through. And every therapist says, you never come back from being rejected from your mother. This is the truth. Your father rejects you, and life's out of sorts for you. But when your mother rejects you...
I've never said that, and I'm a therapist. I
know you haven't, but I've never seen you professionally. And I've never I don't speak those words to any therapist I've ever seen. This is what's told. But you know what? I'm not buying it. I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one to get over it. I'm going to be the one to get past it. It will not take me. And I don't care if my head does explode in 15 years or whatever.
On
I don't
behalf
care.
of the Lord Jesus Christ himself, of which I am authorized to do, on behalf
Sure.
of the Lord Jesus Christ, I apologize.
For what? For what?
For his non-intervention when you were 6.
Well, that's nice. If that works for you, I don't need an apology. Everybody suffers. Why should I be any different?
Okay.
Some people suffer way less than I do. Some people suffer way more. It's all relative to the person's experience. There's no judgment there.
The nature of suffering is individually beheld.
Yes.
You personally only know, objectively, the suffering that you have been through.
Absolutely. 100%.
Now, if one were to sit around and look at so and so many hours of Auschwitz death videos, if you go around beholding suffering that in some way you do not know the depth of, or the lack of depth of.
Yeah, you can't pass judgment on that. You can't.
That's what I'm attempting to communicate, is that it is impossible to see how bad or not so bad suffering is. You see somebody burning to death, or you see somebody laying.
Yes, I've seen that, as a matter of fact. Thank you.
Racked with a fever. You can see it, and it is abhorrent to see, but one cannot definitively make a accurate call on how hellish it is.
Well, no, but you do know suffering when you see it. That's built in us. And those who cannot, we know, are either autistic or have some kind of a defect, no fault of their own. But we do know suffering. But to judge whether one is better than the other, I ask you, at what point is your suffering so trivial that you're going to start comparing suffering to another? That's what's going on right now with the transgender thing. People who are misplaced in society, they weren't raised by their parents, they weren't given the skills necessary to be strong. They see transgender people or gay and lesbian people getting this attention, getting things done for them, and they say, oh, maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's why there's something wrong with me. Maybe that's why my parents rejected me, or I can't find love. And so they're going to say, I want that suffering. Excuse me, waitress, I'd like that suffering, please. It doesn't work that way.
I've noticed this, that it is very good for me to watch out what I focus on. At least I sink into despair about things I don't understand. If I look at too much suffering, too much evil, too much pain, it can affect my vision, and it can affect, it's not healthy for me.
Yeah, you're telling me?
I
was lucky that I have dissociative disorder, that I could separate myself from it for so long. It's only been this last.
You were an EMT, were you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, nursing home workers, people that have been in hot war, who have gone into battle and seen people's heads blown off.
Do you know how many shootings I would have a night in Oakland? Do you know how many stabbings I would have? Do you know what I did at Hurricane Katrina, or when the Oakland, when the Loma Prieta earthquake dropped that freeway in my district, and we were digging out people? Trust me, I've seen suffering.
Oh yeah.
And I came from suffering and violence. I'm not worried about that. That shit just happens. Like I can't stop that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the stuff that we have control over.
If you find yourself feeling bad, it may be very good for you to be mindful of what you focus on. If you focus on vexing things, bad things that are just mind-blowing, it's not going to contribute to the quality of an hour. It can be over-beheld.
I actually feel better than I ever have, because I'm actually being honest. See, the theory is that you cannot. Nietzsche and Jung talked about the shadow self, right? This is that dark side. it's the archetype is played out in all kinds of areas, Star Trek, you know, Star Wars, everything, I mean, up into the Bible and all the Greek mythology. So, and rectifying that, rectifying your dark side or your shadow side, whatever this is, getting friendly with all of you, and owning the fact that anybody could be capable of some really shitty stuff if they don't pay attention, right? Like I know I'm a good person, right? I know I'm sympathetic, I'm empathetic, I'm giving, all these things. But like I was going down a really dark road here, and this was before I started reading this stuff. Like without anything, I had nothing to believe in, right? So I'm an atheist, I got nothing to believe in. I'm not believing in myself. I'm letting myself just sit here. I'm just waiting for the day that my head explodes, like my mother's did, like my grandmother's did. Just waiting to die. And I went, no, fuck that. So I said, I need something. I need something to believe in. I thought about maybe getting a job. I thought about, you know, just more volunteer hours.
You better find somebody that loves somebody.
Yeah, no, I
all
will.
Of humanity. Oh yeah, we can all sit around here and say, "Oh yes, I love humankind and the children, and hell, I even love the Republicans." But find some individual, somebody.
But I can't do that until I love me first. I'm going to.
And allow somebody to love you a little bit.
I'm going to, but I cannot be a good partner until
You're being patient with me, aren't you? You're being patient with me. That's loving.
I can't be a good partner until I love myself, because until I love who I am, no, it's, you know what, it's really valuable.
When are you going to love yourself perfectly at all times in every way forever?
Now, why would you take it that far? I never said I needed to love myself perfectly.
Oh, okay, at all times then.
No, you know, nobody's happy all the time. Nobody loves all the time.
An event. It's a process, not an event. You'll always be challenged with loving yourself poorly.
Yes.
Or well.
Yes. But see, while I wasn't paying attention to me all these years, that's when I was doing everything that I shouldn't have done. That's when I was trying to fill. That's the whole issue with the 7 deadly sins. That's lust. It's not
water under the bridge.
Exactly. I don't feel bad about it.
Oh, good.
I recognize what it was.
But liberty is underestimated as to its challenge. Now you sit with your whole life or the next 20 minutes before you, and you have great liberty. You have choice that I could do this good thing or that good thing, or I could love this cool person or that half mature person. You have liberty, and that is a challenge.
Yes.
Forget what's past.
Right. I'm not lamenting on. For once in my life, I'm not lamenting on the past.
Good.
For once in my life, I'm not crying over the woman who rejected me, who was supposed to. I mean, I'm actually able to have nice thoughts about her. Like even in my videos, I've kept it out of you know, speaking ill of her.
Good.
Why would I do that? I mean, it doesn't make it better.
Speaking ill of anyone or anything is habit forming. Ugh. It's a bad habit to get into.
I feel actually free. I feel freer. You know, nothing's perfect, and I don't expect it to be. I expect that chaos is afoot, as it's always been. Chaos has always been a part of my life. Hell, I can only live my life 10 minutes at a time, and that's how long it took me to get out of the station and to a call, and that's what I learned for 25 years, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. And that's all I could do. And I'm learning to take care of myself. This month is 1 year that I've lived on my own, taking care of myself for the first time. And you know what? Grateful that my mother was able to provide something for me, so I was able to go through this time of complete madness. I mean, I haven't shown, trust me, I've been just as nutty as a fucking professor, and deep and dark and everything that everybody else that goes through this kind of stuff goes through. I just chose not to share it with a lot of people.
You've handled it admirably.
No,
I believe
I haven't, but it doesn't matter. I'm good. Either way. I mean, I'm here, right? It's good. I'm still going to have to.
While I'm at it, thank you for your contribution to our community, G+, and to me personally. You've helped A little bit here, a little bit there. Thanks for whatever it's worth to you. And thank you on behalf of our community.
Why are you saying that?
Because I feel like it's good to communicate.
I mean, you know what? I think we ought to really, I feel like I want to really embrace this. Like I really want to embrace and be a good example. Like I don't expect to bring anybody along with me. I've spent my whole life taking care of everybody, putting everybody before me, loving everybody. I may love the sanctity of life, right? And may think that everybody has an opportunity, but if you're going to be a motherfucker, I will walk away from you too, right? Loving someone doesn't mean that you just do whatever and let them walk all over you. That's enabling.
Immature.
You know this. I'm preaching to the choir on that one. So, you know, that's something that somebody else puts on me, that because I'm polite and I have manners sometimes, not always, I'm just as fucked up as anybody else.
I think you're pretty congenial myself, but I'm not here to rate you. I'm not here to rate you.
I am pretty congenial, and I'll own that. I do.
And yes, I see that.
Manners are important, and you know what? I'm telling you, it is the difference between whether you are speaking your mind or you're just being rude. You know, I mean, if you're defending your liberty, if you're defending something that is really worth fighting for, you have to ask yourself, do I need to open my mouth right now, or can I just walk away from this fool who's disrespecting me? Because they don't make a difference, right? They don't tell me who I am. You don't even have to be rude about it. You just say, oh, have a nice day.
I'll say this. If I'm in a swine-minded mood,
yes,
don't cast your pearls before me.
Again, I just learned that.
I'm not a pig.
I know that.
But I may be, if I am in a certain swine-minded mood, it does you good not to cast your pearls, and it does me good not to stamp on them.
I agree.
Really. Just arbitrary one hit, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if somebody and look, that person could just be having a bad day, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a judgment call. It's like it's not about them. It's about me, because I'm in control of me. You're in control of you. Theoretically, if the whole town has control over themselves, then they live a little nicer together, right? Nobody's perfect. And that's the other thing. We're missing out on the juicy goodness of the middle. Everybody's on one side or the other, which is natural.
Okay. Is it possible, even amongst the chaos, in some way that everything's on time?
Yes. The fact that there's chaos signals that it is on time. The chaos is necessary. Nobody's escaped it. Why would I expect to escape it? That's the whole yin and yang. Look at Brother John's avatar right there. I mean, we know that's been around for thousands of years. The good and the evil is in everything.
Okay. Is there a time to panic and a time to chill out? And
on which situation? That question can't be answered without context.
Yes, I hear you. I guess it was more of a opinion declaration than it was an inquiry, really. I coined it as an inquiry, but let me go ahead and just throw it out there. Maybe for each independent scene, there's a time to panic. There's a time to get passionate, and maybe there's time to chill out and let be what it is. And
so what is it that I said that contradicted that? Because I agree with you 100%.
I did not mean to pose it as to contest anything. I'm just arbitrarily saying things that might be vaguely related in some way that might be helpful.
They're very related. I mean, I would agree with exactly what you're saying. And one can't say. But I think the thing that I am trying to say is, I think a lot of the stuff that sometimes we put on ourselves, because I'll only speak for what I know that I put on myself, and I've seen others do as well, but that's just judgment, which is fine. We need judgment. It's what keeps us away from walking into the lion's mouth, and to give up our primal side is unwise. Right? Judgment. What it is how I treat you. If I judge you to be malevolent, right? That's because I get something, right? But if I treat you badly when you've not treated me badly, there's the problem. Like, I don't have to like anybody. I can hate everybody, but I better be cordial and helpful.
It is good.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Good, yes. I heard that Jesus never reviled people. He might have rebuked the shit out of them, but he never went whatever reviled means. But it is a good thing to be cordial, as you say.
Yes, but even Jesus had to knock over a few tables at one point. I mean, look, there's a theory that says that that what's in there is that if you're agreeable all the time, then you never know what you're made of, and people have to defend themselves. And until you know your teeth, you'll fall victim to somebody else's malevolence, or you'll fall victim to that sleeping thing inside of you that we all have, that you're going to run from, and that you're going to compensate for. And I don't want to have sex, all the time with people, but I'm so empty that I'm just going to fuck everybody and do every kind of weird thing, right? I mean, this is our story since the dawn of time. Christian, or atheist, doesn't matter, or Jew, it is just the nature of humanity. We have to be kinder about it. We suffer enough.
To envision something good to do with one's time is a good thing.
Yes.
Take a little work at the soup kitchen, make art,
anything,
dance,
whatever you want.
Yeah,
whatever
be a good psychotherapist. Be a good psychotherapist. Give somebody an encouraging precept or something plausible that might help. How about
old clothes? Rake the something. Just take on some responsibility that makes you feel like you're worth something. No slacker is happy about being a slacker.
Oh, hell no.
I mean, and again, I don't have to assign you whatever your responsibility is. It's up to you, because you're going to bear that load, not me.
Okay.
So I encourage you to do that for you, because you'll feel better about it. It will help you feel good and feel strong and feel like you're a part of something. So when the bad times hit, you'll have something to stand on.
Responsibility or opportunity. I'm not sure which one it is, but
I've heard it said responsibility. That's one of the things that we're taking away from men. Men are our warriors, right? They have been since the dawn of time. It's these women that are demonizing men. Mm-hmm. Men have been fighting for men, women, and children since the dawn of time. And there's been a woman right there to have a complementary relationship, to have the children, to raise the children. Now, whatever fringe has happened, whatever anomalies are born, I am okay with that, as long as we're teaching people the respect of, look, none of us should be talking about what we're doing in our bedroom. And as long as it doesn't involve children or people who have no cognitive ability to make a decision, I don't care who you love.
Okay, a second ago I heard you say "we," and I'm sensitive to that word. I'm sensitive.
We?
Yes.
Okay.
I heard you make a group declaration of culpability. No, it was a group declaration of...
Oh, yes. Yes, make no mistake. Yeah. We are responsible for each other. We cannot. Mm-hmm. The only way look, if we were meant to live independently that way, then that's what we should do. We would all go someplace else. Now, I'm not saying that some people don't walk away at times, but here's where the responsibility ends. You don't have to do anything for anybody else. You don't have to be responsible for anything other than, at the very least, don't be a fucking burden to society. That's it. When I tell people, do something good for you so you can do something good for somebody else, if you do something good for you and you're just not a burden to society, you don't have to help anybody else directly. It's indirect. But yes, we are all responsible for life here. Not only a certain percentage of people can't be responsible for that stuff.
Okay, helpful household hint at concept management. Careful with that "we" word. Hear that.
Okay, let's discuss this. Let's discuss this because I bought off on that before.
Hold on. All we Americans are responsible for all the death that has ever been in.
No.
Yeah. See, here's the flaw of it.
Yes, but you know what? We hear it because we've put it there. We can take it out. We can say that this is what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about responsibility, I'm talking about responsibility that we take care of ourselves as individuals to therefore create a better environment for the whole. That's it. You're only the people that are responsible for an accident. That's their problem, right? It's not my problem.
Okay.
Right? The ills of the world are not my problem. But the way I contribute to society, the way I live my life in society, that is my responsibility. And I have a responsibility to not take out my aggression on you, to not take my childhood trauma and pour it on you and say you're triggering me, right? That's my responsibility. I mean, it's just that simple. It doesn't have to.
Now, when you say that's everybody's responsibility, you don't mean it's the 8-year-old's responsibility and the infant's responsibility and the guy who's in the hospital because he ate too much lead-based paint.
Well,
and his brain doesn't work. It is a limited declaration of culpability or
What's the benefit of talking about what is obvious and what is limited? What's the benefit to that? Well, I mean, what are you fighting for? Because of course the 8-year-old's not responsible. Of course the person in a vegetated state is not responsible. Of course not.
Okay.
Right.
Well, if one, such as you or I, conceives in one's mind that one is responsible for something when one is not, that might not be a good way to conceive of it.
Yeah, but see, so you're being really abstract.
I hear people make declarations of communal guilt. And it just bothers me because the rascals are adopting some type of guilt that they're not guilty of.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Let me speak really quick.
Of course.
You live next door to your neighbor and you know that your neighbor is poisoning the well, right? They're really poisoning the well. Throwing their gas down there, whatever. And you turn a blind eye, you're responsible. That is our common area. He's responsible. You're responsible. If you watch your neighbor abuse their child, you watch that. You ought to go over there and talk to your brother or sister, say, you need to stop. Let's get you some help. We are responsible for each other. And you know what? Some of us are not going to get retribution. We're not going to get redemption. We're not going to get our I'm sorry's. But so we have to. No, my mother is never going to come back from the dead and tell me that she's sorry for what she did. She's never going to, and that doesn't matter. At some point, we have to step outside of ourselves and be bigger than we are and say, I'm willing to take a stand. I'm willing to say, I'm okay with no apology. I can move on. Who's with me? But let's make it better. Because you can't look at your children and say, I love you, if you leave a world like this to them. You can't look at your grandchildren and say, I love you.
Heads up, good is so good that it's going to be good, and you get to sit down and rest and chill the fuck out. That's right. You.
Why do I need to stop now?
I didn't say you need to. I said you get to. The whole of good, which you want to promote, is so good that it's promoting itself. And so don't overesteem your responsibility.
Oh, I think my story's changed. My story has changed that, look, ladies and gentlemen, you need to get one of your asses home. One of you, if you're going to have children, one of you needs to be home to raise that child, because it is a crime to let a child raise themselves, not have all the skills, and then send them out into the world. They think that the whole world's going to kiss their ass. Give them a fucking participation.
That's a legal term. A legal term.
A legal term, right? So there's that. And we need to teach children when they're of older age to understand the concept that, look, guys, not everybody's going to be nice to you.
And
when they go to school, when they start to, well, it depends on the child. If they go to school and they're there a few hours and you talk to the teacher and you say, look, let me know if anything's going on. Can I come in? Can I work in the room? You actually have to raise your children. Somebody has to, one parent or the other, right? This whole thing of romanticizing the single parent, and I give them all the credit. They're doing it when nobody else will. But it's unfair to put that pressure on the adult and to take away from that child. Look, here's how it goes, and it's gone this way since we were kids. You know, if mom wasn't home, if she was at work, we were coming into the house on our own. That's when I got in trouble. Oh, I'd go through everything. I'd get in all kinds of trouble. Your children don't need to be that unsupervised. They need to know how to handle stuff. They need to go shopping with you and see how people interact with each other. And you say, see that? That's not very polite.
Do you remember Chicken Little?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay,
and I always talk about Chicken Little. The sky is not falling.
Chicken Little was afraid. Okay, Chicken Little.
But I'm not afraid anymore.
Chicken Little had a brother. He beheld great good. Yeah. And he went around saying, hey, everybody, we need to do good. And people would say, what do you mean we need to do good? What are you talking about? What good? We need to do all these good things, and we all need to do them now.
Okay, well, that's a lot of absolute.
I ain't got time. I just got to do the good that I can do right here, right now. Thank you very much. But Chicken Little's brother kept going. He kept going because Chicken Little wanted to do good. And
Chicken Little's brother was a dick. You can't do everything.
Of course.
And you can't demand that of everybody. But you can say, look, if we all came from just a few people originally, right? Whether it be Adam and Eve or whether it be Africa and we all came down, it doesn't matter, right? That means somehow we're all distantly related. We all share time on this planet. I'm not telling you how to keep your yard. I'm not telling you who you stick your dick in. I don't tell you any of that stuff. All I say is you live your life, be the best that you can be, please my neighbor, because I'm going to do the same so we can have a better world. That's it. I'm not blaming you for anything. I'm not asking you to carry any load that you don't want to carry. I'm saying you make yourself happy. You do follow your passion and live your dream. Just live it right for you. I'm encouraging you. I'm not commanding you. I'm not compelling you.
Good. To encourage somebody to do good is a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
Case situation, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into a kindergarten and say, okay, you guys, let's all practice good dietary hygiene. You know, it's inappropriate. But to encourage another human being in some way, either with a smile or with something logical, to encourage somebody to do good, yum.
Well, yeah, parents should be teaching their children about food. I mean, that's just silly. I mean, we should, you know, I mean, we do have to make some changes, but, you know.
Some of us are kindergartners, and some of us are interested in playing and living and dancing and being productive and never sleep.
Well, who's stopping you from doing that? Under my new mindset, who's going to stop you from doing that under?
Okay. What I'm doing is encouraging you to be mindful and priority of who you encourage to do good.
Well, so far I haven't encouraged anybody.
To go into a kindergarten class and encourage them to do good is a delicate matter.
No, it's not. It is a responsibility of every adult. Those children are young. They need to be guided properly to say, children, you must eat well. You must be good to each other. Please take your hands off each other unless you're playing. That's why children roll around and play. They learn spatial awareness. They learn what hurts and what doesn't. And parents ought to be supervising them. Adults supervise them. That's where it takes a village comes in. You teach the children, hey, that's not going to yield you a good outcome. If you keep whomping on him like that, at some point he's going to whomp you back. So I would take caution if I were you. We have every right to raise children.
Cool.
You don't have the right to raise anybody else's children.
What are your interests here now in this hangout with these good people?
Well, I only came in for company. I didn't actually come in with an agenda.
Oh, good. That's honorable. Because to receive love in some ways is to give it. To allow somebody to love you, a little companionship, a little good time sitting around. You know, that's a good thing.
Are you just saying that you want to stop talking about this? Is that all? Because I can do that.
No, fuck.
I'm good with that.
You want me to? Are you saying you want me to shut up?
No, I would never say such a thing. You speak your mind as long as you want to.
Well, I do perceive that you are a little fervent.
Is that bad?
Not at all, but I do perceive that you are encouraging my eardrums and assume to do good. You are preaching and encouraging me to do good, along with my neighbors here.
If you feel that I was preaching to you, I mean,
I don't mean
the beginning was a conversation.
I don't mean preaching. Excuse me, that's a bad word. I mean, you are just kind of passionately promoting doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no expectation of what you should or shouldn't do, though.
Of course not. Of course not. But if you're here for companionship, good. If you're here to promote good, good. If you're here to promote me and my good neighbors, good. If you're here to declare good ways to do good, that's good.
No,
What are your interests? What are your interests here?
Right here, right now, right this moment, or when I originally came in?
This current moment, not 10 minutes ago. Yeah. What are your interests? What are you here for?
Making sure that you and I leave on a good term, whatever it is, that we have a nice conversation, and that we don't. I do have a concern that you think that this is coming from some kind of unhappiness or unrest, and and it's only because nobody's seen me curled up in a ball for days.
You hold my respect, Sugar Rhodes, and I can't help it. I see that you are good. And I see that you are advanced in the way you are. And if I flatter you, that's just too fucking bad. Rest assured, I see who you are. And I can't help it. I might be wrong or delusional or passionate. But rest assured, if we leave here tonight on good terms or bad, I can't get away from what I have beheld in you. You are a good woman, Sugar Rhodes, and you hold my respect, and I can't help it. And I know it's flattery. Too bad. So just rest assured, if you're worried about me being butthurt about you, get over that shit, because I can't help what I've beheld in you. I
wanted to make sure I didn't offend you, not butthurt. No. That's all.
Everybody offends me. You're an equal opportunity offender, rest assured.
Unless, but I actually care. I actually care if I offend you.
You don't. You don't.
I do.
You are a passionate, brave woman. Brave. You say things that others do not step up to the plate and say. But again, I don't want to drift into.
People do things I don't do. People stay in different parts of the game that I can't stay in.
Truly.
All are welcome, right? I mean, it's all good.
Well,
what is it you say? All things are
lawful, but not all things are good.
See?
For the building up of the called. Whatever that means. It means what it means. It means nothing is forbidden or condemned, but not all things are good.
Right.
Good yesterday might not be good today, man.
See, I agree with you. I agree with that.
I'm just thinking of that.
But you've always said that. I've always loved to listen to you talk.
Now, some people like the rules. They like something in print or a list of what's good and what's wrong, what's right and what's wrong.
Yes, but people have
that. That look and see for you individually what is appropriate, timely, what's good, what's half good. Well, okay, I'll go ahead. It's an individually beheld opportunity to do good, and it ain't according to a list.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So it seems that in the world, in life, in many things, there's just as there are males and females, there's the male and female part of the screw. There's a coffee for the coffee cup. I mean, we have these things, right? One side or the other. We have personalities. We have personalities that are different. Some people do require order. They tend to be more conservative, right? We have people that are more agreeable. They tend to be more. So to acknowledge that somebody is a certain way is to just accept that, hey, that's their makeup. I don't, and that we all kind of can choose to spend time with those who fit with us better. Right? We know that some people may not fit with us as well, and not that we can't be nice to them or be good to them, but we just know that we don't have to take it personally, and that's what I'm talking about. Is when you feel good about. Look, I don't care whether you want to believe in the Lord Jesus Christ as a Judeo-Christian doctrine says it. I don't care what it is.
I can't help it. Thank you. Yeah,
that's fine.
Not important. Yes.
But whatever you believe, I feel. I feel, and I feel like it's okay if I say, you got to love you too, just as much, because we can never give real, true love if we don't know what it feels like. Because what people give us, what other people give us, won't get through.
I'll be thinking about that. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say it, because I needed to hear it too.
I was trained in my youth to esteem others as greater than yourself. Yeah. Now, that don't mean kiss their fucking ass or flatter them. It means really try, not out loud, in your own mind, to truly listen for how they might have something greater, some good perception, something good. And if one looks and listens for some other rascal's goodness, and esteem them, see them as maybe greater, you might see something and be able to adopt it, or if you, grow from it.
I agree. I think
that's why I said thank you, because truly, just because I hold belief at this particular moment in this, that, or the other is not, it doesn't mean that anybody, the fools or kings or wackadoos or everybody can learn from everybody.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
I like that.
That's what I'm saying. Because, like I said, I only have to take care of me, make sure I'm good, right? And then you take care of you, and you're good. And if one day you need something, I can help you. If one day I need something, you can help me. I mean, if we feel like it's not a requirement, and certainly it's far less of a burden when we are in better shape.
I love an opportunity. I hate a fucking requirement.
I agree. That was the whole purpose of what I've learned, is that you will bear much heavier loads if you pick that load yourself. And the relativity of what's heavy is all yours. Nobody else gets to tell you that, well, that load's not heavy enough because I'm carrying this. No. They don't get to say that. I have my responsibility. I'm following my passion. I'm carrying my load, right? And you're carrying your load. And that's good.
Now, one of my shticks on G+ or elsewhere in my IRL is to encourage people to seek quality association. Yes. Join a band, sing with somebody, or an inventors club, or a do-gooders club, a pick-up litter. Join association, save the whales. I would encourage, and so what I try and encourage people to be for something. Being against something can be timely, of course, but to be for something in association with other cool peeps or like-minded peeps, very good thing. And I encourage you now to be on the lookout for quality association and quality associates.
Well, today was one of my volunteer days, right? So I spent all day with children. So, it's. You know what? I haven't spoke about it a lot because it's mine, right? I don't feel the need to. I don't feel the need to present it in a way. I mean, those who see me do it, they see me. That's an example enough. I don't need to tell the world that I do this or that. I encourage people to volunteer when they want to, but not everybody's a people person, right? Not everybody wants to do that. So that's one of those things that. That's right. That's right. So that's why if I enter into a conversation with somebody and I'm asked, then I will say, hey, whatever you need to do, right? Just don't be a burden on society. I think that's important. If you do fall ill or you do have some reason where you need to be cared for, well, then that should be in the system. I mean, then, look, if all of us went through our lives and fixed just 5 things that were fucking us up, that would be a lot better. Okay. I don't have to be the receiver of it, right? I'm only taking care of me. I don't tell you what to do. You pick any 5 you want. If it's picking up one sock, it's picking up one sock. Whatever makes a difference for you.
I will seize this opportunity to dismiss myself. After I thank you, you're always a blast to contemplate with, Sugar. Most always. Just a wonder. Just a wonder. And Brother John, thank you for your community leadership, bro, and tolerance of me personally. And I mean it. And good to see all you peeps. And much love to you. Much love. Thank you, Sugar. Thanks, John. Thanks, others. Thank you.
Thanks for spending time with me. It's nice.
Poof.
Poof.
I guess I'm others.
Others.
And the floor listening.
I'm going to eat some of those damn coffee beans with the THC in it now. So. Now I'm triggered. Get that goddamn hot dog out of my face!
Oh, you want me to change the video?
No, I don't care. I don't care. Really, you can do whatever you want.
People always ask me to change my gifts. I don't mind.
They don't bother me any.
Joe loves hot dogs.
You like my sausages.
I'm having pizza rolls right now. Well, I'm about to cook them.
I'm having a turkey wrap.
Yeah. Turkey.
I made spaghetti tonight.
A weak meat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. Woo. Okay. 1 minute.
I had sausages with my spaghetti.
Sausages.
Sausages.
Sausages. I love sausages. I had a baked potato earlier.
Sausages.
I got me some sausages. Off that sickly cow that delivered that weird thing out there. We're eating it. What? The sausage. I made it out of that weird thing that came out of that cow. That'd be funny.
So are you around, BroJo?
I'm here. Been here.
Sorry. Now you know I don't come in anymore because I just fuck things up. Sorry.
No, I think you did great. I think there's definitely some clippable moments in that.
Good. Glad I could help you. I mean, I'm trying to help you out with all the lulls that I can lately.
You do good, Sugar.
I'm here for you, Jello. I'm here for you.
I like it. I like it when your videos get good and cringy. It's like, oh no, stop saying it. I'm like, yeah, more.
I know. You know, there are times when I sit there and I go, should I take that out? Should I take that part out? And then I think, nah, Jello's gonna like that. It's actually really good for me because I went from coming here, you know, how I was when I first got here, and oh, that's pretty. Oh God. And you know how I was when I first got here, and I still was in need of a lot of validation and attention, and then I got to the point where it's like, I'm just a mess, and now I feel like I just feel fine being. I'm just fine being, and I'm not that way every minute. I'm just, the reason I came in here is because I actually was feeling good, because I normally don't come in because I don't want to burden anybody with my own, you know, shit.
That's generally when the hangouts get good.
Yes, I know, but trust me, I have not been in the appropriate state of being able to participate. Mama does know her limits.
All right, hold on. Pat, Lobster, he's trying to get the link. I added you to the video call. Just check the little green, you know.
Little green men outside your door.
Upper right. Hangouts, video call. Added you.
There. Ooh. Yeah. Look, I'm all red. You see my red hair?
Oh, looking good, Sugar.
Red.
I don't have to look for a link. I just added you to the video call. I really don't like posting the link publicly over there.
You never know what kind of weirdos will come in.
I know, some really weird ones down in Dominican Republic. Yes.
If I can send a direct invite from the room. Your name's not coming up.
Whose name?
Patrick.
Oh, did you not invite him, BroJo?
Let's try this. Okay.
terrible. It's terrible.
What's terrible?
Terrible, Muriel.
And then told him you did. That's awful.
I thought we decided we weren't lying to Patrick anymore. I'm not making any kind of bonds with you guys anymore if you're going to break promises. Just kidding, Patrick.
I'm not promising not to lie to anybody. I'm not making that promise for nothing.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite with you. It's if you don't lie.
If it's funny enough, I'm going to have to lie, you know. And the same thing with the truth. Like, if I find the truth humorous enough, I can't lie at that point. Like even if it's damaging to me,
I got it.
It's funny enough, you know. Believe me, if I had an 1.5 inch cock, I would have to show everyone. It wouldn't be enough to say it.
Yes, I know. TJ is that same man. He loves to talk about that. I've been having quite the nice time trolling him, by the way.
Who?
TJ, the amazing atheist.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I've been having quite the nice time. I mean, best I can do, of course, my style of being an annoyance. It's not really trolling because that's an art, well, that I don't know, but I'm being an annoyance.
The thing about trolling being an art, it's like there's a lot of different aspects, you know, like, I mean, it's there's a lot of different ways you can do it, you know. You might be good at part of it and not good at any of the rest of it.
Well, then you're not a master like you.
I really hope I'm not good at all of it, because some of it's downright mean, you know, and I hope I'm not like that.
You're right.
But I think that when somebody needs to be fucked with, they kind of need to be fucked with, and
I value that.
Condescension can be the best way to deal with some people.
I'm right there with you. I may not have felt that way when I first got here. I absolutely see the value in it now.
And another point to that is that when I say that it's the best way to deal with some people, I guess I guess that's not really what I mean. What I think I mean is that it's the best thing that I can come up with.
Well,
like, maybe it's completely wrong and utterly ignorant, but that's just what my folly, you know, like that's just what
I think you're far more stable than you think you are, because that method of thinking is, look, you know what you are, you know what you're made of, and you know what you're compelled to do, and you choose when you do it and when you don't.
And that may also be the case, and that's kind of personally what, and I believe that I'm right when I say that that's the best way to deal with some people, but I have to be willing to accept that, you know, I only know what I know, and I only understand what I understand. I have my capabilities and limitations just like everybody else. So
I agree.
You know, I mean, I think the right way to say that is that, you know, I feel that it's the best way to deal with some people. It's the best way that I feel that I can deal with some people, and
I would agree. I have my own version of it for me, but it's not anything like yours. But I certainly can relate and understand.
Well, like, the second option would be to scream at you and tell you you're wrong and stupid. And like, why? That doesn't help. That doesn't help you. When I say you, I don't mean you. The other person. When it doesn't help the other person, is they're certainly not gonna. They're gonna get, at best, they'll get either I'll have no reaction on them at all, you know, or they'll get defensive. And
that's the thing. I mean, how many times does that work?
Right. Well, it just doesn't. And then you know, on my part, you know, just getting myself worked up and screaming for no apparent reason, you know, and that doesn't. So it's real. It might help, kind of like other people that get to see, you know, the exterior and, like, you know, watch the video, and they might get a chuckle out of, hey, watch that dude panicking over there. But I think more often than not, when I behave that way, there's more people that see it and just kind of shake their heads. What's wrong with that guy?
You bring up a really good point. And I think you make a really valid argument, because not an argument, but I think you make a really good point, because I don't think there's anything wrong with teaching people in a way that also employs some kind of humor. And I think that people are more likely to be able to take that kind of lesson unless of course they're going to be ostracized afterwards. I think that there's a limit. I mean, if you're gonna toy with somebody, I say this is just me. You do what you want. If it were me, I would feel like I would need to continue that conversation or that relationship because I'm not just, if I'm just fucking with them for my own pleasure, well, that's a whole different issue. But if I'm screwing with them because, this is kind of give and take, we kind of grow from that, then that's another thing, I would, but again, I don't know. I want to take care of them.
To me, what you're talking about, the difference is it's between fucking with somebody and having fun with somebody.
At somebody's expense, yeah.
Yeah, and right. I don't know, like
I'd rather have somebody tease me and have fun at my expense than I would rather have them fuck with me. For me, that would be my preference, but I don't know if everybody feels that way.
Well, you're fucking with you and having fun at your expense is one thing, but like having fun with you, and like okay, let me use myself and you as an example, just because it's something we can I think both relate to.
Yeah.
How no, sorry to bring up a sore subject, but that whole 5 minutes thing.
Yeah, I'm not. That doesn't trigger me at all. So
if I was just out there for to make fun of people,
sure,
then that would have probably been the last you ever heard from me.
Right.
When that thing finally did blow over, when you finally allowed that thing to blow over, we just wouldn't have talked anymore.
That's so funny.
Or now.
No, it was over for me, just so you know, a lot sooner than people think. But it's good. It had to happen the way it happened, and I can't. I triumphed on that one. I'm considering it a win. that was my Phoenix moment, right? That was me getting my ass handed to me, regardless of whether it was right or wrong.
You know what a win-win is? That sausage right now, man. It's making me fucking horny as shit.
I can't stand that.
Just
shit.
saying.
I'm trying not to look at it.
Not the sausage, it's sugar.
No, I don't. That's gross. Ugh. But that was a good thing for me. It had to happen.
Come on, you've never been slapped with a sausage?
Well, yeah, I usually do it myself if I've got a hold of it. I don't have a hold. You don't see anything in my hands? I don't want to look at that stuff.
Well,
I'm not doing it. I mean,
well, I'm looking at Jello. His meme right now is more of a tutorial than anything. I mean, that's how I'm taking it.
Oh, don't you show me those? You know what, Jello? That lemon thing that you were telling me about? You know that stuff on my fucking phone? They gave me a virus and everything. Oh, so pissed. I could not open my phone. Every time I opened it, it was horrible. I was pissed at you for like 3 weeks.
I told Sugar to go check out Lemon Party. Oh, shit.
There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you for telling me. Oh,
I keep forgetting to tell. I was forgetting to tell you about it.
You're probably the last person on the internet to not. I
haven't two girls in a cup.
Oh yeah, that's a.
Can't watch it.
Well, it's fake though, right?
No, I don't. It doesn't matter.
Sugar, the things you can do with the things you can do with some chocolate frosting and a piping bag.
Sure, I get it. I mean, I get it. It's just fine.
That's kinky, man. Oh yeah.
And my brain reacts to physical. I mean, my brain reacts to a lot of visual stuff now. Now that now that's wired, however it is. So I was lost. I can't see still, but I don't go many places where I need to see that.
Yeah, you used to hear about stuff that was on Japanese porn and be like, yeah, right. And then you see it and you're like, oh, they do that stuff.
I know. God, I really got close to finding, that whole thing we talked about when I went over to Japan.
Oh, yeah.
I just couldn't do it.
Oh, you can.
I couldn't.
You know what?
The guys in Japan are a lot friendlier. They flirt with me. The guys in Korea, they don't ever talk to me, which is fine.
You know what your problem is? You're going to the wrong places.
No, I'm not looking for it.
Well,
so it's not a problem.
Look, you should go to Brazil, Sugar.
No.
Or like maybe go to the Caribbean.
No.
A tropical island. Just spend a couple of weeks in paradise. And
I'm going to say no to everything right now. I still jump out of my skin when I think about being touched.
You're definitely being an Ace Nelly. That's a thing.
I know.
You're not doing me wrong. You're doing you wrong.
Well, look. Here's the thing. If I force it, I'm gonna. That's not good, right? Like I never had a problem with sex ever before. I never had a problem with being intimate with somebody. I felt free and unfettered. Not that I was a whore. I just didn't have that kind of guilt stuff. And it's not guilt, and it's not guilt. No hang-ups that I got right now. I just don't want the complication. I have a little insecurity, but that's fine. I can get rid of that. But
that's why I suggested the way I suggested.
And I was on board. But
it kind of sounds to me like you have the lack of desire for intimacy. like you don't really want to be up in no one's grill, or you don't want no one else.
But I do. God, I would love to be kissed, and I would love to have somebody want to hold me, and I would want to be held. And when I start thinking about it, it's there, but not to the point where it used to be, where it was like, I can't be alone. Oh my God. No, I don't feel that way anymore.
Well, you got people in your comments section talking about what a MILF you are. And by the way, if there's any of those assholes watching, the word is GILF. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm a grandmother.
These fucking kids today, they gotta learn your fucking memes.
Aw, it's very sweet. Are they being nice? I don't look at the outside chat anymore because, you never know.
Because people like me keep commenting. Like that one guy.
I'm here for the Jello comments.
I'm a human. I can only handle so much.
Hey, what up, Patrick? There was one dude that actually made a video response to you, the neckbeard.
Yeah. Angry Mark.
He actually called you a MILF in the video. So, I mean, as far as, people wanting you just pay attention to what's going on out there. You get a little bit of that. You definitely you get more of that than I do.
You know what? I don't need that. That's the thing. I mean, I appreciate it. I am always appreciative. I think it's very sweet. I really do. It makes me smile, makes me content. I mean, we all want to be loved, right? Yeah. So for me to say anything else other than that, it would be totally disingenuous.
I've always wanted Jello to cuddle with me.
I force him to cuddle. I force him to cuddle with me, and I make her watch. How about that?
Oh, I don't care if anybody watches. I just want that Jello.
Get in line, buddy. Get in line.
Destroy the internet. If Patrick and I made a fucking porn vid together.
You did?
I think the internets would break.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be pretty fucked up.
The interwebs would wobble.
That would be so terrible.
Come on, Patrick, come over here and pound me. I don't know, I'm too busy.
I bet kids would like it.
What's that line that Eddie Murphy used while talking about Mr. T from Delirious?
Oh, yeah, you get over there and start fucking him in the ass.
I'm going to bend over.
And you're going to start.
I want you to fuck me in the ass.
Yeah, that's right.
Slow down. You go too fast. I'm going to scrunch up my butt cheeks, rip your dick off.
Your girlfriend's a Bigfoot, Gus.
Have you heard the one Joe Rogan does about Brock Lesnar going around fucking people?
Brock,
kind of the same thing.
That's the best.
I am Brock.
I've been watching him lately.
And the way he's apologetic about it, too. It's not that Brock's gay, because he's not. And if he was, who cares? But it's just that if he wanted to,
yeah, you would have no choice in the matter. I mean, very few people would. Take one for the team,
Yeah, someone was just recently telling me that they don't really like Joe Rogan's comedy. I'm like, back in the days of when half of his routine was on aliens and the other half was on atheism, I didn't much care for him as a stand-up comic, but I loved his podcast. I loved his commentary, the UFC. I've always been a Joe Rogan fan. I fucking love news radio.
Have you ever seen that clip of Joe Rogan talking about Woonsocket, Rhode Island, the town that I live in? He's on the Tonight Show. Oh. Google Joe Rogan and talks about Woonsocket, and it tell you what kind of an upstanding. He got a gig at an old strip club called Jack and Jill, where both men and women got naked, and he said all the people look like drunk fishermen that didn't stop drinking after or started drinking after they were born, and you know.
Oh man. Yeah, I've been watching his show lately. He had the chick on there from Westboro Baptist Church. He had
that was a good one.
He had these mountain climber guys that rescue guys who were on the other night, and did some DMT thing. Thinking about doing that ayahuasca thing, going to Peru and.
But the reason I brought up Joe Rogan is because like I was so I agreed that his old his other 2 or 3 or whatever they are stand-up specials I really don't care much for, but this last one triggered. Like I've been liking his comedy so much just from his podcast. I went and saw him live.
He freaked me.
It was great, and his special is on Netflix. It's Joe Rogan Triggered. I highly recommend it to everybody. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I saw that.
I haven't seen it all. I saw part of it. I can only remember this one joke that he talked about one time, and it was about some girl going down on him and the way that he hates the way women look up at him when they're down there blowing him. And I
love that.
I thought to myself, look, you big piece of shit. If I look up at you, you look back at me. If my lips are where, you want them, don't complain.
I feel the same way. Every time I'm giving a blowjob behind a dumpster somewhere, I want that motherfucker to look at me, man. I want him to know that I'm earning my money,
Do you know how my eyes look against the green of that
disrespectful.
Ridiculous.
Oh, I'm telling you. Sweet love behind a dumpster.
I picture Patrick. I picture you doing it outside of like a restroom at a truck weigh station or something. I don't really see it visualized.
No, I've never done that at a truck weigh station, but I have had sex in the bathroom before at a bar, a nightclub years ago. So
with a lot less $20 up front.
Huh?
You get the whole $20 up front.
Yeah, I did. I always get my money up front. Oh, we're talking about back in the hey, Rob. We're talking about the 80s, man. I mean, the dollar was different back then,
Yeah, and usually back then he'd get paid with rocks of cocaine. So I mean,
no shit,
actual cash. I'm just wondering why you automatically assumed he was getting paid double billing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
mean, normally he would do that job for a couple of $5s.
That's what I was saying. I meant to say 4
and
times.
I'd get change.
So funny thing, like,
I keep one of those old-fashioned change things on my hip, on my belt. I'll give you change for 50 cents.
It is a public service, sir. It is only good manners.
Remember the Good Humor Man with those things.
The Good Humor Man used to blow the Good Humor Man?
No, with the changer I'm talking about.
Oh.
He had the changer on his belt.
I don't know. I mean, my Good Humor guy, yeah, of course. I mean, look at him, but, I didn't know your Good Humor guy was.
Yeah, our Good Humor guy, when I was, oh my God, he had the white pants on with the white shirt and that helmet or that hat thing. Oh yeah, I would have done him in a heartbeat if he wouldn't have driven away so slowly.
It's that music that gets you.
Oh God, I hear every day outside of my fucking window. Got the Falaggio's guy, it's a local ice cream guy that's been around forever. There's like 3-4 ice cream trucks that just sit right on the fucking corner playing that goddamn music.
I think ours are all drug dealers. Pretty sure.
Oregon, they had an ice cream man that was, he got busted not only selling cigarettes to illegal cigarettes to minors, but he was also selling drugs out of his ice cream van, you know?
Yeah.
It was like...
Nice dreams.
No. Well, nah, man, I wouldn't. This guy had a really shitty fucking ice cream truck. You could tell, man. I mean, he'd rather sell cigarettes and shit like that to kids than fucking sell ice cream. A lot of times he didn't even have 90% of what he fucking had on the little board.
Let me get a fudgesicle. Nope, I got it.
You know?
Can I get a creamsicle? Nope, I got it.
It's a Cheech and Chong movie. Nice dreams.
Give you a creamsicle. Yeah, step in the back of the ice cream truck.
That's right. Oh, I remember that Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, their movie Ice Dreams, where they're selling weed out of the back of an ice cream truck. They changed
this
the
bud's for you
truck from ice creams to Nice Dreams.
I love Dave's not here, man.
Who is it?
Dave. Dave's not here, man. No, Dave.
Dave?
God damn it, Joe! You made me look out my fucking window. It's 1:30 in the morning. You made me look out my fucking window.
Dave's not here. How about from the same album, Let's Make a Dope Deal. And now it's time for everyone's favorite TV show, Let's Make a Dope Deal, with everybody's favorite TV show host, Bob Bitchin.
How you doing, Bob?
That was Sister Mary.
Hey, you remember?
Sister Mary Elephant.
Class.
Shut up!
Thank you.
Championship Wrestling, you know, where they're watching
the luchador wrestling the Invisible Man.
There's wrestling on in the background, right? And there's all this noise and stuff, you know. And I don't know. It's welcome to. You ever watched Championship Wrestling on Cheech and Chong or listen to it?
I
remember. My God, Margaret, look at that shit. It looks like your grandfather eating ice cream.
You know what? I think I do remember that, but barely.
Well, I remember a scene like a luchador wrestling the Invisible Man, and Chong was playing. Cheech was actually doing the wrestling against nobody because it's the Invisible Man, and then Chong was doing the commentary. Oh, he's got him in the gotcha, and oh, that's the taint pull. That's a very devastating move. Someone did that to me in '87, and anyway.
That's funny. You know what? I do remember it actually, just barely.
It's Cheech and if you just type in Cheech and Chong in your Google, I bet you, let me try it.
It's like, come on, Margaret, sit up straight. Stop acting like such a goddamn. What the hell? It's only a porno flick.
I bet you do your YouTube search and type in Cheech and Chong versus Invisible Man. I bet you'll find it. I'll look right now.
I'm looking too.
I'm looking at that sexy man taking a milk bath, man. Oh God.
What?
Yeah, Invisible Wrestler, Invisible Man, same thing. Championship Wrestling. Yeah, it's called Championship Wrestling.
Invisible. There it is.
That's one of my favorite Cheech and Chong